laro na to, liga ng bayan na MP.
Ang pambansang
Please remain standing for our opening prayer. Lord God, we thank you for today. Thank you for the opportunity to gather together for Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3. We ask that you bless our teams, players, coaches, and officials with unity of heart and mind. May we always show good sportsmanship, respect for our opponents, and a commitment to fair play. We pray that you will watch over us, keeping us safe from injury, and that we may glorify you through our efforts and the skills you've given us. May we have fun and enjoy the camaraderie of the sport, win or lose. We ask this in Jesus' name, amen.
Kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo, yeah. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob, ha? MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
With a nail-biter of a game, 2 days ago we head into a pivotal matchup dito sa Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League Season 2. Live tayo dito sa loob ng Hoop Spirit Basketball Court in Banaue, Quezon City. As we see here, San Jose looking to take this win and head into the finals. Meanwhile, itong San Jose Batangas looking to tie things up and force us to a sudden death game number 3. Baron Mercado with Hans Galeria at mamaya maririnig natin ang reports ni Queen Barcarce on the sidelines. Hans, what a way for us to reunite tayong tatlo, have this mini reunion by covering a big of a game dito, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League South Division Finals game number 2.
Oh yeah, for sure. We only have a single game para sa araw na to. Usually we have like what, 4 or 5 games ahead of us, but now it depends on how both of these teams will be able to get their strategies open para makuha for Pasig to make it again to another division finals, but for San Jose to possibly extend the series and hopefully make an upset to get there themselves.
At nabanggit mo nga yung ating defending champions, yung Pasig, Apasi, Timothies. Sila ang unahin natin dito. The victors of game number 1, they walk away with a 1-point lead, no? 79 to 78, showed us a true heart of a champion performance.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you should be expecting from the champions. Some of the things na magandang ginawa nila is they made 12 out of their 18 free throws, and in a point where a single point only matters, those free throws will eventually make a big adjustment towards the team's capabilities para manalo. Both also having at least 73 field goal attempts, kahit na sabihin natin na medyo nagkulang sila ng 5 rebounds, which gave San Jose a lot more opportunities, 5 to be specific, para makakuha sila ng kanilang possessions. Although, for them to continue and make sure na makakatungtong sila sa division finals, they have to first make sure na makuha nila yung rebound wins. They lost by 5, 44 to 49, and I'm expecting more from Arwin Alforque as he has only scored 1 point in playing 19 minutes. So those are the things that I could possibly look at for them.
Let's see how will Alforque and the whole squad of Pasig, kung tignan natin kung makakabawi sila on that rebounding differential na sinabi mo. So let's go on to the other side. Itong San Jose Batangas, all throughout the game, Hans, naghabol sila. They had a lead, as big as 5. 5 minutes remaining, yun nga lang, kinapos sila sa kanilang comeback attempt.
Yeah, I mean, still, even so, the showing against the defending champions sa pinakita nila is something that we can commend about, you know? They've won in the rebounding department by 5 points. Yun nga lang, medyo hindi ganun kalalim yung bench depth nitong San Jose, which is the reason why that there needs to be more people contributing for this team, because this is life on the line, tournament life on the line for them.
With that said, let's see if the defending champions can punch their way back to the Nationals and defend their crown, or will San Jose Batangas extend this series into sudden death? Let's start this game. Let's get this party started.
Apasi, Timothies, and San Jose Batangas ICC Blue Hawks. This is your Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League Season 2, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Now let's meet the starters. First, from your reigning and defending Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League champions, Pasig Apasi Timothies. Small forward number 2, Arl Podador. Point guard number 11, Jit Etano. Power forward number 28, Del Ortega. Center 64, John Morales. And shooting guard number 88, Benedict Gaitos. The Pasig Apasi Timothies head coach is Jay Cruz. Assistant coach, Deo Flores, Pao Martinez, Jeremiah Santos, and Arvin De La Cruz. Team manager is Elizabeth May Cruz, and team owner is Colonel Neil Estrella. And now the starting 5 from the San Jose Batangas ICC Blue Hawks. Shooting guard number 5 to William Triste Jr. Point guard number 6, Jonathan Baliena. Center number 24, Jello Kalingasan. Shooting forward, number 28, Kyle Garing. And power forward, 51, Joshua Bulante. The San Jose Batangas ICC Blue Hawks head coach is Paul De La Cruz. Assistant coach is Nino Gumatay. Team manager is Chloe Mamon. And Dan Bertuccio. Team owner is Sir Marco Agana and Mayora Reggie Bertuccio. And team coach is Ogi Gumatay. Our game is another. Referees are Didio Perez, Raymond Madera, and Sarov Ongad. Our games is under the supervision of Junior MPBL Technical Head, Mr. Robbie Tantoco, Junior MPBL Executive Director, Mr. J.R. Navarro, and Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Kit Picasso.
As you see here, Doride, Bola na Pinoy, team starters for both teams. It's Valiena, Triste, Garing, Bulante, and Kalingasan for San Jose Batangas ICC Blue Hawks. Para sa defending champions, Pasig, Apasi, Timothies is Itano, Gaitos, Podador, Ortega, and John Morales rounding up the 5. Here we go, game number 2. Pasig wins, they are into the national finals. San Jose wins, Hans, we will have an extension, game number 3.
Again, both of these teams having just a lot of stories for them. For Pasig, the goal is to defend the title and they're off to a great start.
John Morales scores the first point para dito sa Pasig with that easy basket. And yun nga, for Pasig, Hans, looking to pick up where they left off dun sa game number 1, though a close one. No, magandang simula yun of that clean play.
Yeah, but I mean, if you are San Jose here, ayaw mo na maulit yung nangyari noong game number 1. Ayaw mo nang maiwan gaya ng ginagawa ngayon nitong Pasig.
Podador starts off with the first 3-pointer of the game. At tulad nga sa point mo, Hans, hindi dapat magpahuli dito ang San Jose. Dahil all throughout that game, no, maliban dun sa last 5 minutes ng fourth quarter, the first 5 minutes of the fourth, naghabol sila. But this is a good response para sa San Jose.
Yeah, Joshua Bulante, one of the leading scorers of this team who has actually scored 18 points in their last game. Let's see if he can continue that.
Averaging 23.7 rebounds and 4 assists. A bit low on his output nung game number 1. So, tignan natin kung maibabalik niya yung kanyang scoring output na naipakita niya all tournament long.
Yeah,
Lalong-lalo na, no? Their tournament lives are on the line here.
Right, he was 5 points short of his current averages noong game number 1, but it was still a decent amount of performance. Nevertheless, all I'm looking for here para sa San Jose is if who else can add to the scoring output para dito sa Blue Hawks.
They have the possession. One-hand floater drops in. Dalawang sunod na puntos na ang San Jose dito.
And it's been all Bulante so far. Great start para sa kay Joshua.
Then Hans, to your point, sino pa ang pwedeng tumulong for him? Pero sa Pasig right there, a good drive to the cup para dito kay Dale Ortega.
Yeah, that was too open para kay Ortega. Finding the open lane, just commits to it, uses the right hand for that layup.
So at least meron na 2 players scoring for Pasig, pero dito sa San Jose, only 1 so far. Couldn't get that reverse to drop. Waits for a teammate, cuts and shoots that one.
That's just great awareness galing dito sa San Jose. Not giving up on the play at all. An extra offensive rebound leads to the second chance points.
Triste hits that jumper. A clean one. Another 3-pointer. That time it's short para kay Gaitos. A chance for San Jose Blue Hawks para makatakbo. Triste na wala sa kanyang bola.
I mean, para sa Pasig, diretso naman yung mga bitaw nila so far in that 3-pointers, but it's just not hitting. Si Podador pa lang ang nakakapasok ng kanyang tres, but that's maybe something we can expect a little more.
A turnover on the other side as Itano reads that play perfectly for that deuce. 9-6 is the score. 7 minutes, 8 remaining in the opening quarter. San Jose down by 3. They're looking to cut the gap here. And there's a foul call of that swipe.
Again, Again, you love to see the aggression coming in from San Jose. They're not just, committing doon sa mga three-pointers na ginagawa sa kanila ng Pasig right from the start. We saw more three-pointers attempted by Pasig, but for San Jose, who seems to be a little bit smaller in terms of stature, mas sila yung nagpapakita doon sa paint. Unfortunately, there was a first miss on that free throw line, but if they can get there more often, there might be a chance for them to, get a bit more momentum.
Free throw differential nung game number 1 for Pasig. They shot 66% for San Jose. Batangas, they shot 60. And it's a good thing to see, no? Tulad nga ng punto mo, Hans. A smaller team itong Batangas, but they are more aggressive driving into the cup. And they will regain possession. Another chance for them to cut this lead in. Dalawa lamang ang kanilang hinahabol dito. 7-9. First three-point attempt. That time, it's too strong.
That was the first miss galing dito kay Bolante.
Now on that drive, fearless one. Good defense para dito sa San Jose. They will be on the run. Naka-respondi agad ang depensa dito ng Pasig. Elbow jumper didn't work. A chance here to make and increase this lead. A 2-on-2 break. Goes for that drive. Finds an open lane. Itano once again.
Yeah, that was just a great attack mula dito kay Intalo. Knowing that there was just one defender tapos mas maliit pa sa kanya, konting usog lang, more than enough to get the space in 2 points.
11-7 is the score with 6 minutes 13 remaining. 4 na puntos lamang ang hinahabol dito ng San Jose. That time, missed opportunities. Ito na yung rebound na sinasabi mo, Hans. That time, nawala nga lang sa kanilang opportunity. That is a loose ball once again. Makakabawi ang San Jose dito. Dribbling exhibition, spins. Ball was loose. Fight for the possession. It is going to be a jump ball. Bola, I believe, should go dito sa Pasig.
Yeah, there was a time na itong si De William Triste had a bit of hesitation kung ano yung gagawin niya. Nung nabitawan niya yung bola, he was thinking of either taking the shot or maybe passing it to an open teammate on the right side. But it didn't happen. Pasig did enough to at least pick up on that. Result as a jump ball. Possession arrow will be staying still with San Jose. But for Pasig, they're currently leading by 4 points.
So far, we're seeing dito sa San Jose, they're getting their chances, Hans. Ang dami nilang opportunities, even yung mga 50-50 balls going in their way. But the main thing here is they couldn't capitalize just yet yung kanilang mga nakukuhang opportunities.
Now more players are starting to, hop in para dito sa Pasig. We just saw a glimpse of 30 Malaga, another UE Red Warrior participating in this Pasig team. As Bayani, the third leading scorer of the last game.
He enters the game here, itong si Russell Bayani, averaging 10.4 points, looking to add more and contribute on the side of Pasig. Pero on the other side, babawi naman, natatawag ng play Nash Curitina with 14 seconds to work with. They will send it out. Bulante, open three, that is in.
Yeah, that's just a hot start. Mula dito kay Joshua Bulante, already has 7 points in the first quarter. Much needed yung kanyang performance sa ngayon.
7 out of their 10 galing dito kay Bulante, who finished last game with 18. Ngayon, meron na siyang 7, first quarter pa lang. A good start, pero grabe naman yung pihit sa ilalim na yun, answering with that power move.
Yeah, that's a great seal mula kay 30 Malaga. He notices Bolante was all alone, attacks right away. And at this moment, that was a duty foul from Cruz.
Again, Cruz was called for that foul, attempting to stop that drive. With 4:37 remaining, we'll have a review.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be double-checking yung buwelo na ginawa nitong si Dash Coretana upon attacking. Kasi medyo may spin siya ng konti while that was going on. So, pag-ikot niya, a bit of a swig in the arm. So, again, Cruz is obviously gonna be called for a foul. But the question is whether or not Coretana will also be called for the same. And is it a shooting foul or not? But apparently, the case at hand here is Cruz is called for an unsportsmanlike foul. He wasn't even targeting the ball. I think that's what the referees are trying to point out.
Oo, kasi again, trying to prevent things from escalating quickly. Kaya natawagan si David Cruz ng unsportsmanlike foul. But free throws hands couldn't get it in para dito sa kampo ng San Jose.
Yeah, John Arimado was the leading scorer of game number 1 para sa kupunang ito. Scoring 26, rebounding 5, assisting 4. Those were a lot of numbers that Arimado has to at least replicate o maybe higitan pa para makuha nila itong game 2 if they really want to extend the series.
Again, he played well on that game 1 dahil averaging lamang siya ng 13 points all throughout the season. So doubling his performance hands where it matters most. So it will be a key for him to help itong si Volante para makakuha ng panalo dito as that step-in shot will go in. Kakaroon ng pagkakataon itong Pasig Apasi Timothies. They will pound the ball inside. Sends it out once again. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Open look. Too short. Fights for the rebound. It is recovered. Nice extra pass. Fakes, shoots, and scores. And one for 3D Malaga.
Great patience mula kay 3D Malaga using that fake. Nakita niya karamihan sa mga players on the floor were already scrambling for that basketball. Bodies are there. Extra hop, fake shot. More than enough to get that end one.
Nakakailang diskarte na to sa loob si 3D Malaga for this Pasig squad. And let's look if he can complete this 3-point play and extend this game into a 5-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things na ginagawa ng San Jose upon trying to defend itong si 30 is they close out on him upon the free throw line para hindi na siya makabuelo completely. The problem with that is once they close out, 30 immediately kicks it to another player who's ready to attempt the 3. So, kung ikaw ang San Jose, kailangan mo pumili ng poison dito. Are you gonna be letting 30 Malaga go and try to at least contest yung attempt niya, or would you want to have a 3-pointer open para sa Pasig? So San Jose, they're still trying to figure that out with at least 4:09 seconds remaining in the first.
Kaso yung pinasahan kanina ni Malaga was Muktimar, the one who led them in scoring last game at 18.7 rebounds. At yun nga, shot 3 out of 4 from the deep. From the rainbow area. So tama ka na sinabi, they get to pick their poison. But they got to box out then on the rebound, which has been our story here, lalo-lalo na sa ating game number 1. Nice stop there by San Jose.
What a great block galing dito sa San Jose. But as soon as they gained possession, Pasig was ready on their tracks. It was just difficult for them to get that ball across.
3 minutes 52 remaining. A quick outlet. Shoots that one. That's in and out. Isa pa. That is recovered by the guys in white. Sila naman ang aatake. Goes for that bump. Fakes.
What a block.
Rejected from behind. Naabangan yung atake ni Russell Bayani.
Yeah, just a really good rejection mula kay Denver Bautista. I think he's already had a couple of those in the last minute of this game. Really just highly contesting, very agile player para sa Blue Hawks.
Kung tama ako, yung unang block niya harapan eh. Then yung pangalawa, got it from behind. Let's see how will the defending champions respond. They will go for that kick out once again. 12 seconds to work with. Discarte. Again inside. Pero or carving some space. Hindi nga lang pumasok yung end one. Balik at the line. 30 Malaga.
Again, that is where he makes a living. Diyan siya nabubuhay sa paint mismo. And there's a reason why, you know, ICC is trying to put a stop to him nung nasa free throw line pa lamang siya. Kasi isang bump, isang bomba sa ilalim, then it's more than enough for him to at least pace himself para makakuha ng puntos or maybe work harder for it at the free throw line.
Malaga still couldn't hit his free throws. I believe that is 3 straight for him, Hans. Yung kanina nga 3-point play kanina, did he complete it?
No, but he was able to make the first one.
Also back-to-back misses pa lang for him at least on that last trip. Regardless of which, it is a 5-point lead still, 16-11. 3:15 remaining dito sa ating opening quarter with Pasig enjoying this 5-point lead. San Jose Sila ang didiskarte dito, looking to cut this lead. Maybe having a lot of time on that possession. Bautista couldn't hit that three.
Now Pasig's integrating their defense more sa interior. They're not letting San Jose have their way para maka-atake ng agresibo. They're putting stops on them. Great one-on-one defense by Pasig so far.
Preventing any extra passes na magagawa itong San Jose ICC Blue Hawks. We are 2 minutes 54 in. Bayani still looks for his first basket as well as si Muklimar. They will give it in the post once again. Someone is open in the corner. Swing action. Mortimar couldn't hit that three. Para steal on the other side. Here's Malaga
Oh, what
one
a
more
block.
time. Good block again. That time forced a travel.
Again, Malaga wanted to be patient once more. But ang problema doon si Arimado, handa na siya, hindi na siya kakagat doon sa peke, thus getting that block. And the possession now goes to San Jose.
16-11 is the score with 2 minutes 22 remaining. And a foul was called off ball. So we will have another review here, Hans. This could result to a Pasig possession once again if this goes to their favor.
Yeah, from what we saw kanina, nakakuha na ng unsportsmanlike foul itong Pasig. But will San Jose actually have that too? So, there it is. It happened too fast.
Oo.
I think kailangan natin ulit makita yan just to give a better verdict or a better, understanding of what's going on. But nevertheless, we're glad to see that Cruz is up and he's okay.
Ang bilis ng pangyayari. Kahit dun sa last instant replay. Ito, Hans, we will see it another one this time from this angle. You see Cruz on the left. Merong extension ng forearm right there si Victor Ochoa. Cruz still waiting for the vertical. Still looks to be fine. Itong si David Cruz. Again, this time, maybe a better angle. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. Again, as early as now, nakakakita tayo ng mga ganyan. That goes to show how big of a game, how important this is for these two teams. From that angle.
I mean, you cannot deny the fact that this game has been physical right from the start. Kahit yung mga big men na nandun sa ilalim, Malaga, in spite of him already scoring at least 5 points in this game, there were moments na pinapahirapan talaga siya ng San Jose in trying to get that ball, fish for a foul possibly. But in this case, I think that was the clearest that we've had, witnessed, and there might be some sort of swing that had happened there for, San Jose.
That's Ochoa for them. As you look at the screen here one more time, Ochoa and Cruz.
Okay, slowing it down. Okay.
Did it connect or not?
Yeah, so again, kung sakali na hindi nyo po nakikita, our referees are already taken a review as of the moment, and Cruz also, just like each and every one of us, is waiting on the verdict kung ano ang posibleng mangyari. But yeah, it's been 8 minutes or 7 minutes at least, and we've seen nothing but intensity from both of the squads. Nauna lang na makapuntos kanina ng 5-0 start itong kupunan ng Pasig Apasi Timothies, and they were able to carry that all the way para makuha pa rin nila yung 5 puntos na kalamangan at 16-11 with 2:21 to go.
As I believe we have the results in for that last call. Again, this is game number 2. What more can we expect?
Right.
Talagang for Pasig, if they win, they will be back in the finals kung saan they were successful last season. Meanwhile, for San Jose, they want to extend their tournament lives here and give another game 3 para dito sa Pasig, which I believe against Antipolo, umabot sila ng game 3. So they are pushing the champions here to the limit in the South Division.
And for this team, Pasig they rarely ever lose. That has been the the mindset that they've had. Pero dito sa seryeng ito nanggaling sila sa panalo, which was a nail biter, just like how you opened us with, right? 79-78. So again, it heavily depends on both of the coaches here. For Pasig, it's on Coach Jay Cruz on how he will be able to at least initiate yung kanilang opensa, kung paano mas papaigtingin palalo yung depensa. But now, I think we're about to listen in. Oh, okay. So from my understanding, there is... This is gonna be a charge against Ochoa.
Yeah.
So the foul stands, pero ang tinitignan ng ating mga referees, gaya ng sinabi mo, ay kung tumama ba o hindi yung arm swing, or was he reacting to it a little bit more dramatic than what they hoped? But for Cruz,
That's number 2. That's it for him.
that's a disqualifying foul against Cruz. So that's him calling it a night.
Oo.
That's -1 for the Apasi Timothies para sa laban na to in Game 2.
Yan, para po sa mga panood lang sa atin dito, earlier on, natawagan ng flagrant foul itong si David Cruz. And now, on that last call, technical foul naman ang naitawag sa kanya. So, that's already 2 disqualifying fouls for him. That is done. The night is over for him. He needs to, watch and support the team here. Away from this area.
And again, Baro, napakahaba pa ng araw.
Kaya nga.
We still have 2 minutes and 21 seconds in this game, and then it's just so difficult for them to, find something. Pero si Bulante, hindi niya napasok yung free throw. So we're staying at 16-11.
And those are the things na kailangang makapitalize itong San Jose. They have missed a couple of free throws in their name. A 3, no good para kay Heavy. That time, follow-up is in.
Right place at the right time. Itong si J. Mark Loren, not giving up on the play again. Easy 2 points.
Their leading scorer, talking about itong si Loren in the whole season. He averaged 18.5 hands, pero game 1, 9 points lamang siya. But had 4 rebounds and 6 assists. So it's a good start for him to score his first 2 points early in the first quarter. I should say late in the first quarter, as that turnover was committed by the guys in white. 18-11 is the score, a counter steal. Once again, through that bomb, another rejection. Yung depensa dito ng San Jose, really on point in the interior. Yun nga lang, yung mga gimmicks nila in the inside, yun yung hindi nila ma-take advantage.
Yes, Loren gets the offensive rebound for another second chance point. We just noticed itong si Denver Bautista. Napakaganda lagi ng timing niya. Every time he jumps on those plays, the read on whether or not it's a fake or not is still okay.
A missed 3-pointer once again para dito sa Pasig. To your point kanina, Hans, early on, Pasig has been having their looks, no? Ganda ng kanilang mga tira, ganda ng kanilang mga line, just couldn't get that basket to go, and they will complete another steal. And this time, looking to score. Here's Russell. Deep to Muktimar with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Now goes for the drive. Ball was loose, and now a chance to run by the Blue Hawks. A 3-on-1 break. Nice defense para dito sa San Jose. Para dito sa Pasig, I should say, Hans. That was a 3-on-1 break.
Yeah, that was a tough read para dito sa San Jose. Kung ikaw ang magkakaroon ng 3-on-1 fast break, you need to be a little bit more decisive. You have to be at least assertive dun sa gagawin mo. If you want to take the jumper, you have to take the layup right away. Because again, that pass wasn't, the right call for it. And for San Jose, they've had those misses over the last couple of minutes, and they've had their chances of actually being able to come back into this game. Pero again, first quarter pa lang naman. Let's see if they can bounce back from it.
And lucky for Pasig, sila ngayon ang merong 7-point lead after that 5-0 start. They now enjoy this 7-point advantage. Final 33 to go. Goes for the attack once again. Erdi Malaga has been a beast inside.
Yeah, that's just a great use of the baseline para kay 30 Malaga. A bit more jab step fake. using the fundamentals to get into the baseline, find himself open, and then pagdating niya ng paint, dun niya nagagamitin yung size niya to get the easy 2 points amidst all of the contact.
Believe it or not, this is our first time out of the game. Sa ating game number 2, and it's brought to us by Domo Domo Slurp, Enjoy and Smile. Final 30 seconds. Pasig Apasi Timothies enjoying this 9-point advantage. Bola ng San Jose looking to add more points on the board, and that is a way to do it. What a drive for that goose.
Yeah, that was a nasty move mula kay Arimado, getting his first 2 points.
And they will get another stop. Let's see if they can finish this break perfectly that time. Missing on the first one. Second serving is good.
It wasn't perfect, but it was great. And that was, 4 points over the last 20 seconds.
Luis Amida was the one who scored the last point para dito sa San Jose. Pero lamang pa rin ang Pasig Apasi Timothies here with 5 points. As you see here, our first quarter highlights courtesy of Chef's Magic.
I mean, you've already said it best, Baron. We saw Thirdy Malaga beasting on that 7-point scoring output na nakuha niya in this first quarter. Still, ganun pa man, nakakuha naman ng San Jose ng kaunting momentum at the last seconds of that first quarter, but they still trail by 5.
Pasig Apasi Timothies having a 5-point lead, 20-15. Let's see if San Jose Batangas ICC Blue Hawks can close the gap dito sa ating second quarter. We'll be right back.
Malayo pa ang Pasko pero parehong may natanggap na regalo ang dalawang koponan mula sa Game 1 at hindi lahat masaya. Para sa Pasig, hatid ng San Jose Batangas ang gift of pressure. Halos maagaw ng Batanggenyos ang Game 1 matapos habulin ng Timothies, matapos silang habulin sa fourth quarter. Isang babala na hindi sila basta-basta aatras. But for the Blue Hawks, ibang klaseng regalo ang hatid ng Pasig. Isang heartbreak at kung tawagin nila ay multo. Kaya kung titingnan mo si Coach Paul de la Cruz kanina, kararating pa lang, parang pagod na pagod na. Sabi niya, mula Game 1 daw, puyat talaga siya. Tapos pagod na siya. Kakaisip kung paano nga ba malalamangan itong Pasig Apasi Timothies. Kaya sabi niya, ngayong araw, para sa Pasig, pinagod niyo ako, pinuyat niyo ako, panahon na para bumawi. Hansen Baron.
Thank you so much, Queen Barcarce. As first 2 points coming in para dito sa Pasig. Gusto ko yung sinabi ni Queen, no? Nagbigay ng dalawang magkaibang regalo, and you said it best, Hans, kanina. This Pasig team rarely loses, pero on that Game 1, they had a scare dahil nakahabol itong kampo ng San Jose.
So if you are Pasig, as that block happens there para dito sa San Jose, you want to pick up on the space that you have developed right from the start. Kung ayaw nyo na multuhin kayo, just like what San Jose has experienced from before, kailangan mo nang makuha to, but also at the latter portions of the game, you have to take care of your lead, and this is the way to do it.
But still continue to beast inside. Thirdy Malaga scored his 9-point. Another turnover. Not a good start para dito sa San Jose Batangas ICC Blue Hawks. Back-to-back turnovers, yung kanilang 4 points na na-score at the end of the first quarter. Hans, na ibawi itong Pasig. Another point inside the paint. Kaitos or I should say Ortega scores on that one.
That was Dale Ortega getting his 4th point in this game. Just a 6-0 start para sa Pasig.
Attacks on the left side, tumama na or umapak na sa sidelines doon. Si Coach Paul. Tignan natin how will San Jose respond dahil tulad nga ng kwento natin on that game 1. This is almost the same story, Hans. Naghahabol na naman ang San Jose, but for them, they would love to have a different output or outlook dito sa ating game number 2. Pero itong 30 Malaga and crew, pinahihirapan sila so far. Couldn't get that follow-up. Another stop para dito sa San Jose. And now they will go for the cross. Can they score their first point dito sa ating second quarter?
Again, from what we saw nung last possession, Pasig had 2 offensive rebounds. Saan galing yun? Kay Norben Muktimar, who is one of the smallest guys on the floor, and he was surrounded by green shirts. You know, statistically or at least literally, hindi dapat nangyayari yun kung ikaw ang San Jose, but it's just great effort mula dito kay Muktimar. Kahit nasabihin natin na hindi pumasok yun. So for San Jose, they have to box out better. They're already trailing by 11. We're starting to see a repeat of game number 1, and you don't want that to happen if you're the Blue Hawks.
Again, needing to change the outcome. Talking about the Blue Hawks, that time a 3-pointer miss. White Shirts looking to make it an 8-0 run dito sa ating second quarter. They have the possession on the left side. They give it to Malaga once again in the post. Sayang yung intention ni Alforque that time. Pass was too high.
Again, appreciate the effort. You know, it was good ball movement, good intent for some ball movement as we saw itong si Dale Ortega just using his size, and that has been, you know, a very apparent advantage na meron itong Pasig, and they're using that to the fullest potential.
11-point lead here, 7:30 remaining dito sa ating second quarter, and finally scoring the first move, the William Triste with a jumper.
4 points para kay Triste. They're gonna need more of that.
Only their first 2 points in the second quarter with 7 minutes 13 remaining. Ball is almost loose with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Tingnan natin paano magiging diskarte dito ng Pasig. Another pass inside. Extra one, 30 Malaga. That time is too strong.
Yeah, that was a great defense mula sa San Jose, just simply putting your hands up, and that was more than enough to bother itong si Malaga. So, you know, there are some things na pwede nilang gawin to try and put a stop on Malaga when he's at the paint. Kasi 80% of the time, you'd expect for him to get it in right away. But if that occurs, then maybe San Jose can eventually make it back and return.
Now a 9-point advantage para dito sa San Jose as Triste was the one who scored last. A 3-pointer that is off the mark para dito kay Volante. Has 7 points in that opening quarter. Hindi pa ulit nakakabutas dito. With Pasig now having the possession, Alforque sends it on the right side. Kent Bacani, one of the players na pwede nilang asahan. Talking about dito sa Pasig. At a solid performance. Alforque, muntik nang pumasok yung kanyang attempt there, but will be shooting 2 free throws.
You see how John Moel Morales gathers so much attention in the paint. You know, what a luxury para kay Coach Jay Cruz na, sige, si 30 Malaga ang nandyan, pero ang kapalitan niya itong si Morales. Another 6'4", 6'5" dude that gathers a lot of defenders. Tapos konting attraction lang, dish out sa kabila, may buwelo itong si Alforque, and now he's at the line shooting for 2.
And we have seen that all throughout this game, Hans, para sa Batangas. They pound the ball inside and then they make their decisions kapag napasa na sa ilalim. Either yung bigs nila will score in the paint or wait for their teammates na magka-cut or kick it out for those open shots. Now for San Jose, they got that one-hander to go for their 4th point.
Yan ang unang 2 puntos nitong si Dario Kalingasan. Another starting center for San Jose.
8-point advantage, 27-19.
Wow!
Alforque with some footwork. Everything but that basket. Dodging a bullet right there itong San Jose. Volante will reset the offense here. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Drives on the right side, finds an angle, too strong.
A very difficult shot there.
3-on-1 break. And there is a foul call. Sasabihin sana ng Pasig, that's how you run a 3-on-1 opportunity. But for them, no, they will go back to the line as Kent Bacani will be tested here.
Bacani in their last game, he scored 10 points, a rebound, and an assist. Unfortunately, he committed 5 turnovers, so that's what he's gonna try to limit now. And, you know, early on sa laban natin, he's trying to make a good amount of impact, but he missed on that first free throw. He still has another chance.
Again, despite of that 5 turnovers, he only averages 3.6 points. So yung total niya on that last game, almost triple yung kanyang resulta doon. But he splits his trip. That is his first points of this game, 28-19. Again, San Jose so far having some difficulty finding their mojo. Can they do it this time? That two-man action didn't work.
Yeah, they've had a good amount of those point-blank shots that would have went in. Sadyang hindi lang talaga tutok ng maayos, but the defense doing enough to bother some of that.
What a pass, what a play, pero better defense by the guys from San Jose. Carving some space once again, itong si John Morales, but again, Hans, the size of this Pasig squad really is starting to become a problem for the San Jose team.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Morales sees na isa lang yung nakadepensa sa kanya, kasi pag nandun na sila sa baseline, they immediately go for the double team. But for Morales, there was a time that he was left by a single defender, and that was the time for him to operate.
And a good read of that inbound dribbling exhibition, pinagpag ang depensa, and finally scoring once again, Jonathan Paliena.
And that was just a great move na babawiin naman agad. That was quick. Galing dito kay Jebby Hinogin. 4 points quickly. Hindi makabuild na momentum ang San Jose because Pasig always had the answers.
What you can do, I can do better. Ang sigaw dito ng Pasig. And that time, maybe, Hans, a start of something new or something good para dito sa San Jose. Let's see if they can complete their version of a 3-point play. Courtesy of Josh Volante.
Joshua Bolante already has 9 points in this game. You had the little look of Joshua Baliena there on the other hand. Just both of these players trying to keep the offense of San Jose afloat as Bolante converts on the end one. He's the first player in this game to score in double figures with 10.
10 points for him, 7 points in the opening quarter. Scored his first 3 points, yeah, dito sa ating second quarter with 4 minutes 30 to go. Almost a steal. It is Carter ulit, spins. Intano wasn't able to secure that, but Big John Morales just showing us that height is indeed might.
Again, just not giving up on the play. Yung saglit na laps na ginawa nitong San Jose has converted to another Morales shot.
A miss by San Jose. Alforque secures the rebound. Morales once again. One bump, better defense by the guys from Batangas. Intano, I thought about that three, decides to attack. Nakawala. Couldn't get that basket though. Now on the run, making a counter of their own. Valiena will be shooting his 2 free throws. And again, to your point, silang dalawa ni Volante looking to carry the offensive load as we see here the replay.
Yeah, I think that's what San Jose can do a little bit more in this game. Yung mabilisan na fast break chances or opportunities. Because once Pasig is able to set up their defense, medyo mas mababa yung chance nila para makascore. But if nauunahan nila sa pagpwesto, nauunahan nila sa takbuhan itong Pasig, then players like Baliena can operate. Unfortunately, he just missed on that first, but makes the second anyway.
At least for a smaller team, no, Hans, yun yung talagang go-to strategy. Use that speed to their advantage, run and gun play. Pero so far, we have seen little of that para dito sa San Jose. Pero for Pasig, yung kanilang advantage, which is size, evident in this game. Though they just couldn't convert on that last possession. Here's Triste. Door was shot. They give it in the corner. Here's Baliena for that shot, and that goes in.
The guy's the hot hand. That's for sure. Already scoring 7 points in this game, cutting the lead down to 4 with 3 minutes to go.
17 of their 28, Volante and Baliena. And what a run for them, hands down by as much as 11, now cutting the lead to 4 with 3:04 remaining in the second. Let's see if they can finish this second quarter strong.
Alam mo, sobrang bihira nun but you saw Baliena shooting that 3. Really looking good for them. But at this moment, on the run pa rin ang kanilang kupunan as they are just trailing by 4. One of the reasons why I had like a smirk was because nung nahampas itong si Volante after getting that rebound, it took the referee 2 seconds to call the foul. So parang nag-sorry si ref. Sorry, dapat pala tinawag ko na yon. Pero at least natawag niya naman. But hey, we're still here. And that right there cuts the lead down to 2.
Arimato now starting to feel it. Isa sa mga players na kapag nag-init din would be a problem for Pasig. So far for San Jose, nakakatatlong players na sila doon. But what a move right there. Why, J. Mark Lloren.
Yeah, Lloren just full steam ahead. That's his, bread and butter na ginagawa niya from start to finish. Yung offensive rebound niya kanina to a point. And now, straight attack, right side for the layup.
Lahat talaga ng iba to ng San Jose dito, Hans. May sagot ang Pasig eh. But this time, Joshua Volante looking for his 11th and 12th point already of the half. Looking to cut the lead once again to 2 points. That time, nothing but net.
Just again, a really solid all-around player itong si Volante. Can play a decent, amount of defense. But you can also expect him to really show up in situations like this. He hasn't missed a free throw yet, 3 for 3 from the line. Itong si Joshua Volante, and now San Jose is just down by 2. They're making things a little bit interesting. They want to get to that game 3.
Again, they trail by as much as 11 dito sa ating second quarter. Now only down by 2. They need a big stop here for them to have a chance to tie or maybe take the lead. Pero itong Pasig, alam naman natin, makakasagot sila. Look at that spin. Kicks it out. Fakes, shoots, and scores. Ruben Moctemar with a timely basket.
Yeah, great fake from Moctemar. Nakikita niya nagsiscramble na yung defense. So all he had to do was to fake, get inside for an easier shot.
A 3-bomb. That is in. San Jose's shooters now watching hot or waxing hot as Triste joins the 3-point party.
It's a trinity of Triste, Volante, at nitong si Baliena.
Oo.
And so far, that's a bump down mula dito as Moctemar seems to be the suspect for this. For everybody who's wondering, nagkaroon na po sila ng isang unsportsmanlike at isang technical which resulted to one player heading out of the hoop, the hoop spirit basketball court.
That was a David Cruz. No, ending his game day agad as early as 2 minutes 20 na ating first quarters. We see here on the replay. Again, not having a good angle that time. So, you can see on the background, coaching staff nitong San Jose, Batangas, wanting an unspo again. Because so far, 2 out of 2 sila getting those calls.
We're gonna look at it a little bit better. Okay, so, nawala kay Moctemar yung bola as he was trying to get down to their side of the floor. But at that moment, we're about to see it right away. And there it is.
Another unspo call. This time, I believe it will be on Nukben Moctemar.
Again, for Norben Moctemar, he was the leading scorer of game number 1, one of the key players for this squad. And, there are some certain moments na para sa Pasig, sila yung nahihirapan naman ngayon na mag-build ng momentum because of those fouls that are kind of unnecessary, but they provide so much, not for them, but for San Jose.
And to make matters worse for them, si Baliena makes his 2 free throws. Sa kanila na ulit ang kalamangan dito for the first time in a long while. And now they will have a chance to increase this one with 1:04 2:50 remaining dito sa ating first half of action. Triste has the ball. They will send it out once again. Paliena couldn't get that three. Moctimar and Paliena once again involved on that last foul. Again, needing to be careful na itong si Moctimar. To your point, Hans, scored 18 points, 7 rebounds, had 3 3-pointers, led the way for Pasig. On that game 1, they don't want to, or they cannot afford to lose any more players. Another good stop. That time it was Amida nakaabang sa drive ni Moctimar.
Yeah, look at how fast Moctimar went for that, pero nakaabang lang sa taas yung mga sentro or yung mga bigs nitong San Jose, and they were ready for that for sure. But I guess there needs some talking to do here para sa parehas na teams, especially for Pasig as they have lost the lead.
37-26 as we see this jumper going in para dito sa Pasig. Triste now starting to wax hot, has 7 points already, and this timeout brought to us by Domo Domo Slurp. Enjoy and smile. One-point advantage para dito sa San Jose Blue Hawks. 37-36. Bigla namang inalis ni 30 Malaga ang kalamangan sa kanila. Scoring, I believe, Hans, his first 2 points here.
Again, Baron, that's the recipe for success nitong Pasig. It's always been Malaga scoring 11 in total. You're right, that's his first in the second quarter. And he's been a presence at that paint.
At ngayon, magkasabay pa sila ni John Morales inside. Look for Pasig to punish this San Jose defense in the interior. Here's 30 once again. I will do the flexing for him that time. Quick 4 points, kakapasok lang.
You know, an immediate shift dun sa momentum nitong kupunan
As you see
ng
here,
Pasig.
pound for pound fitness foul counted.
Again, it's just so tough to guard itong si 30 Malaga. Really knowing, you know, the right range, yung pulso niya, kabisado niya na yung distansya and how that ball is supposed to get in, but not just the free throw line at that time.
They get another offensive rebound. That time, it was Russell Bayani. So ito na yung binabanggit natin, Hans. Let's circle in dun sa ating pregame kanina. You said for Pasig, they won that game 1 point, no, 79-78, but they were out-rebounded by 5. Clearly this time, dito sa ating game number 2, it's evident na yung strategy nila is to really dominate the glass, and so far we are seeing it as early as the first half.
J. Mark Lloren scores his 5th point in this game and make that his 6th one, as he has not missed from the line so far.
Now a 5-point lead para dito sa Pasig Apasi Timothies. San Jose has not scored yet ever since taking that lead after that unsportsmanlike call para dito kay Moctimar. Just when we thought, Hans, na yung San Jose dito can continue to get things going, bigla namang nagpakita itong Pasig, and again, majority of that or all of that, no, nanggaling dito kaya 30 Malaga.
Yeah, Malaga's been a solid presence down the paint, and para dito sa San Jose, when they get opportunities like this, as Triste converts on his first free throw of this game, they have to make the most out of it. Kasi ngayon, penalty situation ang Pasig. So there's at least 1 or 2 more possessions that they can capitalize. Unfortunately, not just in that one.
42-38, 40 seconds to go. Corner shot. Cannot get that friendly roll. Another rebound. 30 Malaga once again beasting down low. Again, kakapasok lang nito Hans kanina.
Again, what seems to be the problem here with San Jose, sinasabayan nila si 30 Malaga sa talon. And again, very apparent na nga yung height advantage ni 30. So you have to box him out, try to limit his space to operate in terms of the paint, and at least make it more difficult for him para makuha yung bola. Kasi kung talunan lang ang usapan and that ball is coming from up in the air, then 30 would be the first to reach it. But in a way, napapahirapan din naman nila itong si 30 Malaga because that's already his third miss at the line, but has converted on the others. But
We have
more escalation happens.
Kaya nga, merong off-ball action na nangyari. I believe that is a Kalingasan will be called for that unsportsmanlike foul. Habang nagsasalita ka, Hans, that happened off-ball.
Again, this is unfortunate para kay Kalingasan. You know, pupunta ka na lang sa half. Pupunta ka na lang sa first half. That's the time for you to cool down. That's for you to mentally at least rest yourself bago magsimula yung third quarter. But you let your emotions get the best of you. In that time, there were some contact from both of them. I just wonder on who had the more apparent one, and right away yung dalawa nating referees, they were pointing to unsportsmanlike right away.
Oo. And usually, sa mga ganyan, Hans, kung sino yung gumante, yun ang nakikita
Yun ang
ng
talo
ating... yun ang nakikita ng ating referees that time because obviously on that replay, nakita naman natin, Loren had some contact with that one. Pero yun nga, to your point kanina, babalik ka na lang eh. Because I believe a timeout was called. Babalik ka na lang on your bench. Yun nga lang, nagkaroon pa ng ganitong kiskisan. Si Loren.
Yeah, I think this is the benefit of having the review. We're trying to figure out if, you know, there was just excessive contact from both of the players because this is between Loren and Kalingasan. So Loren had his right elbow extended, hits the face nitong si Kalingasan, and Kalingasan didn't like that. So he acted like nothing happened, pero swinging niya rin yung sarili niyang braso. So it's a matter of who's gonna be getting that foul first. Did Loren's hit towards Kalingasan's face an intentional swing, or was it just an idea for him to box out? Kasi, you know, Loren is a bit smaller than Kalingasan. So maybe he was trying to, but that's the thing, right? Since mas matangkad si Kalingasan, you should be boxing out like this. Yeah. So I think that's what they're trying to figure out sa ngayon.
Again, we are just 33 seconds away from halftime at nakikita natin dito, Hans, at tabi natin yung mga referees reviewing the action, and I believe nakita natin both sides of the coin as we will have another replay on our hands. Again, that free throw by 30.
Here we go, slowing it down. There was the face hit.
By
That was the hit on the elbow. And then there was Kalingasan with a hit right back. So, slowing it down from this perspective, may tama na dun sa mukha itong si Kalingasan. So, I think that's where it started.
Yeah.
Kasi Kalingasan's arm was all over Loren's face. So, meron din ganung perspective. Right? So, yeah. I hate to be the referees at this point.
They have been making tough calls as early as the first quarter. Tapos ngayon, patapos na tayo sa ating first half of action. We will have another review in our hands. And I would like to add lang dun sa sinabi mo, Hans, Loren made contact dito kay Kalingasan, and for Kalingasan, he just retaliated dun sa na-receive niyang contact. And just like itong si Loren, we are waiting for the referee's decision. I know sa ating live stream ngayon, marami ng mga discussion dyan happening on what should be the call. Pero of course, we need to wait for the referees here. But let's move away from the scuffle. Let's look at the scoreboard here for a second. 43-38 is the score. Ever since taking the lead here, Hans, for San Jose, they only scored a point. 37-36 yung score na yun. A 7-1 run by Pasig, Apasi, Timothies. And again, that all happened when 30 Malaga entered the game. quick 4 points agad para sa kanya.
And again, yung mga offensive rebounds na binibigay ni 30 has been very important for them. But for now, okay. So I think we're gonna have to listen to them on this.
On review, disqualifying foul is called on number 10 of Apasi, Timothies,
Oh, wow.
24 of San Jose Batangas ICC Blue Hawks.
Oh, wow. So, again, we saw both of them getting contact. And to our referees, that was more than enough to call a disqualifying foul. So, San Jose definitely not safe from that. Kalingasan's gonna be calling it tonight. And then, Lloren on the other hand, low-key lang kasi yung kanya eh. Pero tumama eh. Tagos eh. And again, that was it.
On that case, pareha silang nahuli. That so means both of them are out. Para dito sa Pasig, that's their second player. No, -2 na sila agad because kanina first quarter it was a David Cruz. Now J. Mark Lloren will now be sent out of the playing court.
And now, Baron, I'm looking at the lineup nitong San Jose. There's one player that I've been looking forward to seeing but hasn't played a single minute. And I was very surprised nung nakita ko yun, which is none other than Roderick Fox.
Oo.
Roderick Fox has been, you know, solid for them, getting at least a lot for this team nung umpisa pa lamang. But again, he's gonna be stepping up for this team right now dahil wala nga itong si Kalingasan. And how will he be guarding itong si Malaga? Kasi si Kalingasan yung gumagwardya sa kanya. But now that he's gone, what are they gonna do?
Big challenge for San Jose this time. They will have possession 38-43. Jumper goes in, another one drops, cuts the lead to 3.
Triste already has 10 points. 2 Blue Hawks are in double figures.
Just a millisecond differential between the shot and the game clock. San Jose, they will have possession. A 3-bomb didn't detonate. Offensive rebound. Malaga will not have enough time to get that ball across.
Oh, in fact,
Is
I
there-
think it is already the end of the first
Oo.
half. So that was it. The timer is over.
43-40 is the score. Halftime lamang ang Pasig Apasi Timothies. Dito sa ating first half of action in a much closer second quarter hands. Here are our highlights courtesy of Chef's Magic.
Again, sagutan lang yung ating dalawang teams. San Jose was trying to tie it up. They got the lead at some point. Pero itong Pasig, sa tulong ni 30 Malaga, dominating at the interior parts of the court, he was able to provide them 11 points, gather more offensive rebounds, and establish a 3-point lead para sa Pasig.
43-40. Pasig Apasi Timothies having a 3-point lead. We are at halftime. presenting our Domo courtside stars. Makakakuha sila ng freebies courtesy of Domo Slurp. Enjoy and smile. Swerte naman. Meron silang freebies doon, and we are at halftime. Pasig Apasi Timothies having a 3-point advantage, 43-40. So we are going to review here, Hans, what happened on that first half of action.
Right from the start, it was, Pasig dominating in a lot of the points in terms of the paint. But they were unable to at least establish their momentum dahil kahit papano paunti-unti ay nakakabawi itong kupunan ng San Jose. Looking at the stats here, mas mataas yung porsyento ng mga tira nitong San Jose, pero mas marami yung nagiging attempts nitong Pasig because of the wide gap in terms of the rebounds. 33 rebounds for Pasig, only 18 for San Jose. So again, they're even better in terms of distributing the basketball, leading by 6, 12-6 pagdating doon sa assists. Since for San Jose, they're struggling in coming up with a lot of those points dahil sa mga turnovers na kanilang nakocommit. So tila na bigla sila dun sa maagang depensa na ginawa nitong kupunan ng Pasig, especially in that first quarter. But lately, we get to see a little bit more of them later on. Nakaka-catch up na sila kahit na mas konti yung kanilang mga tira na nabitawan, yung iba doon or at least dalawa doon ay tres. So they were able to contribute 6 more points in this tight of a ball game.
And now it is time for our fan of the game. We've spotted someone in the crowd who's been cheering non-stop, full of energy, and bringing all the good vibes here in this game. And you know what they say, the coolest fan deserves the coolest iced tea. Congratulations to our fan of the game. Makakakuha ka ng refreshing treat courtesy of True Tea Iced Tea, a no sugar added iced tea. Stay cool with True Tea Iced Tea, the goodness of iced tea without the sugar. Ikaw ba, Hans, nakatikim ka na ng True Tea?
Oo naman. Matik yan.
Ba't parang ako na lang ata ang hindi pa sa akin?
Again, nagpapasalamat ako kay Kuya Philip dahil binigyan niya ako niyan. Kung wala si Kuya Philip, wala ako. So, again, para po sa lahat po ng mga naghahanap ng True Tea Iced Tea, maraming salamat po. But, here they go again.
Yeah, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic Condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. Yan ang meron na rin ako courtesy of Chef's Magic, and dahil din kay Kuya Philip.
Diba? Si Kuya Philip talaga ang solusyon sa lahat ng mga problema natin. Kaya para sa lahat po ng mga naghahanap kay Kuya Philip, huwag nyo na po siyang hanapin.
Mahirap eh.
Oo, mahirap hanapin si Kuya Philip. Pero at least nandito siya ngayon at nandito rin tayo sa Hope Spirit Banawe para ma-witness ang South Division Finals. Game number 2 between these two teams. And again, 3 puntos lang baron yung nagsiseparate sa kanila. To think that San Jose in game number 1 was trailing by so much, pero ngayon mas napapadikit nila yung laban. Says a lot about both of these team strategies. Yung Pasig, mas gigil sila ngayon na kumuha ng rebounds. Pero yung San Jose naman, hindi na sila nagpapaiwan. So both are working, but for Pasig, they have 3 points as an edge to San Jose.
Again, let's circle back to that 5-0 advantage kanina. Was able to sustain that kahit nawala sa kanila briefly yung kalamangan kanina, Hans, in that second quarter, but was able to get their momentum back. And to Queen's point kanina, dahil dun sa mga sinabi mo for San Jose, ayaw nilang gawing multo itong laro na to. Meanwhile, for Pasig, they want to fight off that pressure and send them back to the championship where they won last season. And we begin second half of action. First shot by Triste is a miss.
Yeah, that was a brave shot mula kay Triste. Wala nang set ng opensa. I'll check if I still have the hot hand. Unfortunately, medyo nanlamig siya doon. But that's just one shot. Pero Pasig, they'll immediately give them a reboot because of that turnover.
And early moments dito sa ating third quarter. Ayun na, yung hinahanap mo kanina, si Rodrick Fox, tatawagan ng offensive foul. And he will have his hands full here as he will attempt to stop Morales and Malaga inside. Dahil yun nga, wala na yung kanyang kakampi itong si Kalingasan to help them anchor the paint.
Yeah, so it's Morales na nasa loob ng floor ngayon. Malaga's gonna be resting for a bit. So maybe San Jose could take advantage of this. Morales is still a solid opponent at the paint, but that three will not go in.
Again, still hitting 1 3-pointer, pero bakit ka nga naman titira ng tres kung kaya namang daanin sa magandang play na yun?
Yeah, just really smart from Ortega. This is where they got a lot of that lead, 9 points to be specific, dun sa full court man-to-man. But now they're gonna cool down for a bit dahil nakuha naman na nila yung 2 points.
5-point lead here, first 2 points on the half, napunta dito sa Pasig now on this attack. Volante, follow-up didn't work para kay Castillo, and the possession will go back dito sa Pasig. So for San Jose, Batangas, no? Masusubukan na naman sila dito, Hans. After, getting into this game, nakalamang ng isa. Only scoring 3 points ever since that lead they had. 3-pointer is a miss para kay Gaitos. Only hitting 1 3-pointer as a team. Itong Pasig, still struggling from the outside.
Well, that 3 points puts them up by 5 anyway, so it still works.
45-40, almost a steal. Opportunity here for this baseline drive. Creates that space. Didn't go in. Another opportunity. A miss by Castillo. And now a running start. Full air of steam. Easy 2 points para kay Podador.
Podador just very aware of the trailer behind him. Hinihintay niya. He wanted to at least fish for more contact, but it was a business decision galing sa San Jose.
Almost a steal, naka-breakaway, and finally San Jose breaks in to this second half of action with the layup.
That's only Baliena's 3rd field goal. He has contributed more in terms of the free throw line, but they keep it down to 5.
And still stalemate at 5. Idiscarte, another 3. That time it's too strong para kay Itano. San Jose, they will now go for this drive. Volante, 1-2 step, no problem.
Yeah, I think that was one of the easiest points na na-score nitong si Volante at the open court. Again, that is where they thrive, and they should do a little bit more of that heading on in the second half.
Lead is now at 3. They will give it in the post once again. Sends it out for Podador. In and out on that 3. So, at bullet dodge para dito sa Blue Hawks, leaving someone open. Pero may pagkakataon sila dito to cut the lead. Back at 1 on the drive. Muntik lang mawala. Sends it in the corner. Itong si Baliena. They got 9 seconds to work with. Josh Volante looking for a handoff. Pero nabasa. A 2-on-1 break. A push from behind. And there's a foul call. 2 free throws para sa Pasig.
Yeah, Baliena was trying to chase him as fast as he could, but as soon as he slowed down Arlie Podador, that's what he's been doing for your Larga fast break of the game. Bigla siyang bumabagal as soon as he gets nearer the rim para maka-absorb siya ng contact, and that's exactly what happened in that latest possession. Kaya ngayon, nandito siya sa free throw line.
Let's see if he can contribute at the line. Knocking down the first, to the delight of the Pasig Apasi Timothy supporters right in front of us here. 4-point advantage with 6:24 remaining. Makes it both itong si Arlie Podador. Again, palik sa 5. This is really that barrier, Hands, na hindi ma-resolva ng San Jose. Yes, they had a lead, 1-point lead earlier, pero umaangat sa 5, sa 7 ang nagiging kalamangan nila. They couldn't get things done, but look at that move.
What a move from Triste. Just pure on ISO. His teammates giving him space, and he had enough space to operate there para sa 2 puntos.
49-46 again. Tatlo pa rin ang hinahabol dito ng San Jose. They will play defense. Now, back itong si Malaga. 3-point bomb, no good once again. And now they secure that rebound. Talking about Baliena.
Again, you saw the effort ni Triste doon. Binax out niya itong si Malaga, and that's what they need. Hindi nila kailangan na sabayan itong si 30 sa talunan.
Sends it out for a 3. Volante ties the game. I believe for the first time in a long while.
We're at a tie.
Yeah, 49 all as Volante scores his first three-pointer of this third quarter. The time a bit too aggressive itong si Baliena.
Again, what a shot galing dito kay Joshua Volante. Just pure guts, you know, catch and shoot. Very quick release, so medyo mahirap na supalin. And that is what got them to a tie.
And 49 all, they will give the ball inside. Ayun na. A good stop their hands by San Jose. That time na anticipate nila yung pasa kay Malaga. Another one for Triste. Didn't go in. Ball is tapped. Balik sa Pasig ang bola.
Again, both of these teams having enough defensive stops to not let the other get the lead. Kanina, Fox did a really good job trying to deny itong si Thirdy Malaga. Dito naman sa kabila, Triste tried to go for a three but it was well defended by Pasig. So, both stops are very well commended here for both teams.
Tied at 49 with 4:45 to go. Diniscarte, a three to answer, no good. Para dito kay Moctemar. Rebound secured by Castillo. Down for the count itong si Fox. Pero balik sa kanila ang possession dito. Here's Triste looking to attack using that screen now. Decides to spin. Waits for a teammate. Goes to Baliena on that drive. Ball is loose. Good defense on the side of Pasig. And a player is down during that last possession.
And I think a foul is going to be called as a player is there holding on to his head. And this is going to be called against Volante. At ngayon, pupunta tayo ngayon sa review. And this is gonna be very difficult para sa San Jose. Kasi ang suspect of this foul is Joshua Volante, the leading scorer of the Blue Hawks. And unfortunately for San Jose, there's a man down. And Pasig, Bayani will have at least enough more time to figure something out and see where things went a little difficult as a lot of activity is happening on the free throw side of the court.
And we see on the middle of your screen, Triste. Tsaka itong si or for a player for Pasig, no, looking to make some space right there. We'll see another look.
Ayan na. Kita mo yung slight swing nitong si Triste. So, it was not Volante. It was Triste. Pero si Volante yung natawagan ng foul to stop the play from happening. So, there it was. Pero si Triste would probably have a different issue with him kasi sa ngayon, it's Triste, Volante, and Baliena. Those are the three players na inaasahan ni Coach Paul De La Cruz to eventually make a return in this game. And actually, they already did. They're already tying by 49 all. Fox has been a magic bunot for this team. Not playing in the first quarter, very minimal in the second, but he has managed to make something happen here para madepensahan itong si Thirdy Malaga. Pero sa ngayon, makes it so difficult. Just imagine if Triste is gonna be kicked out of this ball game too.
And we don't want that to happen. A lot of players have been sanctioned already. For my count, meron ng tatlo. Dalawa sa Pasig, isa dito sa San Jose. As the referees will talk things through. So sabihin ko pa lang sana sa'yo kanina, Hans, either it's Volante or Triste, it would be a big loss para dito sa San Jose. Dahil to your point, tatlo na nga lang silang talagang umaarangkada para sa San Jose Blue Hawks. It is Triste, Baliena, and itong si Volante. So losing one of those players can really be, have a big loss sa kanila, no, dito as we are approaching, as we are having this call.
Trying to figure out still kung ano magiging final call ng ating mga referees as they're trying to give it to our game announcer, but here it is.
See on your screen, Joshua Volante, just like the rest of us.
And on sports by foul is called on to William Triste Jr.
Okay, so based on what we're seeing, just the second personal foul para dito kay Triste, so he's not gonna be kicked out, but he will be sitting down for at least 3 minutes dahil nga doon sa under criteria number 2. But for Bayani, who is currently at the line, maybe he's still feeling the pain from that as he misses the first free throw.
And one of the players na tumulong sa kanila on that game 1, having 14 points and 4 rebounds. This game, hindi pa nakakapuntos, I believe, itong si Bayani, or if he scored, hindi masyadong ganun kadami.
Yeah, he hasn't scored at all in this game so far. So, those 2 free throws would have at least built momentum para sa kanya, para magtuloy-tuloy. Because again, there's a psychological effect when you see that basketball or your shot enters the rim. Pero hindi para kay Bayani sa ngayon. But on the other hand, San Jose is already at penalty situation. Pasig, on the other hand, hasn't given up a single team foul yet. So maybe this is where Pasig could take advantage of it. Ngayon, mas makikita mo na itong si Malaga at si Morales na nasa loob ng court because for Coach J. Cruz, that is the plan in mind. That's how he wants to take advantage of this penalty.
So let's see if that will be the case para dito sa Pasig. And that is a good strategy to use dahil yun nga yung gumana para dito sa Pasig all throughout the game. So Moctemar will locate a shooter from the middle. A miss by Morales, a fight for the possession. Moctemar will rescue that play, will give them a fresh possession. Here's Moctemar once again. Gives it to Malaga, this time spins. Na-anticipate on that steal. Now for the run, extra pass, and San Jose will have a 2-point lead.
That was Arimado getting his first points of the second half. It is now San Jose up by 2. What a defense mula dito sa San Jose, trying to deny Malaga at all times.
And Bacani attempting to pass it dito kay Malaga, but a better defensive stop by Arimado. Discarte once again.
Wow!
For that drive. Look at that angle on that finish.
Curetana coming up clutch in that one, scoring another set of points for him.
Curetana now gives them a 4-point lead with 3:12 remaining dito sa ating third quarter. As we see here on the replay, Curetana finding that angle for that one. Queen Barcarce has some story for us. Go ahead, Queen.
All or nothing. For both coaches in a game this crucial, ang ilalagay lang sa loob ay yung may kayang ibigay ang kanilang 100%. And that explains why Bonel Sacro of San Jose Batangas and RJ Colonia of Pasig Timothies are not here today. This after each having an injury in their practices leading to this game. And now that players are falling and getting out of the game left and right, Pasig coaches are ready to adjust. Before the start of the game, Coach J. Cruz of Pasig shared to me, he always reminds his players that every one of them is dispensable. Lahat sila pwedeng palitan. Kaya kahit siya mismo bilang coach, kaya handa siya anuman ang mangyari. Now the question is, sa larong ito na parehong kupunan ay hindi kompleto, sino ang mas sapat para makuha ang kampyonato? Gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Quinn. And that is right on point. This is all or nothing para dito sa magkaparehong team. For Pasig, of course, they want to qualify and enter the finals. For San Jose, maybe a bigger pressure for them because their season is now hanging at the balance. With the available players here for both teams, everyone here has needing to step up.
Yeah, one of the players na na-mention ni Quinn Barcarce ay si Sacro. Scored 14 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 blocks in their last game. So he's hoping that the other players, Arimado and the rest of the gang, could at least extend this series para makabalik siya hindi 100%.
Nash Curetana with another top layup, that time on the left side. Here's Moctemar. Couldn't get that attack.
Oh, wow.
Another swipe. That's at least 2 possessions for San Jose na nababasa nila ang atake ng Pasig. Now momentum is clearly on the side of the Blue Hawks. Curetana has been responsible for their last 4. We'll give it to Bolante. Here's Josh. Stops on the dime. Extra pass was read perfectly. On the run. Looking to answer back itong Pasig.
Potodor finally puts a stop on their cold streak. A 5-0 run na dala nitong San Jose.
Through that contact, no good. Here's Faux for that putback, I should say, didn't work. Medyo minadali hands on that last opportunity for San Jose.
But just look at the Blue Hawks still doubling their effort on defense. Pero you gotta commend both teams for it. For Pasig, in spite of the offensive rebounds na ginagawa ng San Jose in that last possession, hindi sila nakakuha ng puntos. And San Jose, on the other hand, disabled Pasig to work on that fast break. So now, it allowed them to set up their defense.
Potador will send it on the baseline, waits for the fake, shoots and scores. Russell Bayani now enters the scoring fray.
That's his first 2 points in this game. Very much needed for more contributions para dito. Just being down by 1 ang Pasig.
Largest lead of the game para sa San Jose was 5. Now it's cut to 1. Coritana was blocked on that 3. Good defense by the guys from Pasig. Head down, drives, retakes the lead. Hinogin with that beautiful move.
Again, Jevy Hinogin, just a really consistent factor dito sa Pasig sa ngayon, scoring 6 points and scoring when it matters the most. A really good, pull from Coach Jay Cruz, and now they are up by 1.
A 6-0 run para dito sa Pasig. Thought that as San Jose break away na dito sa ating third quarter, but what a response by the defending champions, making a run of their own. Coritana will, I believe, papasok ulit itong si Valiena. He has played well. Talking about itong si Coritana. Oh, he just inbounds the ball here. Beautiful.
Wow.
First layup there to regain the lead.
Again, John Arimados coming alive in this game. Scoring 26 last game, he now has 9 to get the lead back para dito sa Pasig, or should I say San Jose.
1-point lead. Pasok ni Hinogin yung bola. Will go inside once again. That is all power for Russell Bayani.
Russell Bayani, after that slight fall from that unsportsmanlike foul called in his favor, he has now come alive. He's waken up.
Timely baskets para dito kay Russell Bayani. Valiena with 7 seconds to go. That didn't go in. 3 seconds to finish the quarter strong. Hinogin Bayani has been the spark for Pasig after losing the lead. Trailing by 5, we will enter the fourth. They are now up by 1.
Just what a swing of momentum para sa Pasig Apasi Timothies. It's been malaga in that first half when all of the basketballs were denied against him. It was immediately Bayani living up to his surname, being the hero of the third quarter, while on the other hand, Hinogin just in time for that layup to give the lead right back for them. As continuing here, taking a look at it even more, Hinogin, I believe he had some room, he had some time for them to figure something out, but we're gonna look at it another while for us to at least configure kung ito nga ba ituloy pa rin or will it be dying down. And based on the clock,
it's good.
That had to look good.
That, kanina, without needing to look at the replay, that looked good on my angle, and that call will stay. That will put Apasi Timothies up by 3. Hans Capitayo, fourth quarter action. A 3-point lead by the champions. Third quarter highlights courtesy of Chef's Magic.
I mean, sagutan itong dalawa nating teams. This is the first time in a long while na nakaranas ng kalamangan itong San Jose, courtesy of Coritana coming off the bench. Nabuhay din itong si Bulante at itong si Valiena, but still Hinogin coming up clutch late in that third quarter, and Bayani is coming alive as well. It is Pasig still with the lead.
60-57, fourth quarter action. Game number 2 in the South Division Finals. Magbabalik po kami. Hindi na natin pag-iintayin pa ang lahat. Fourth quarter, game number 2. South Division Finals dito sa Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League Season 2. Live tayo sa Hoop Spirit Basketball Gym in Banawe, Quezon City. Baron Mercado, Hans Galleria, mamaya, or kasama natin, Queen Barcarce and Hans. Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina before we start. We are expecting a close game. 3-point difference between these two teams.
Just a really solid showing from both. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better game from them than this. Maybe with some players pagdating sa kanilang contribution, but offense, defense, those have been flowing para sa parehas, and it's just a matter of time kung sino ang makakaalagwa sa kanilang dalawa.
For San Jose, this time in the fourth quarter, naputukan sila ng 24. Was about to say, no, heading into the fourth quarter, they are now much in a closer situation. But the question is, can they pull it through and force a deciding game 3, or will Pasig use that experience and keep this San Jose ICC Blue Hawks at bay?
Again, Coach J. Cruz, as soon as Baliena made that mistake, he immediately went for Triste to sub in. He can't afford, or they cannot afford to make those kinds of mistakes in the last 10 minutes of this game. Bayani had to take a shot. It didn't hit. Last touch, ang Pasig.
Sabi nga ni Queen kanina, it's all or nothing for these two teams. Matira ang matibay. Kung sino nga may gustong manalo dito, siya ang mananatili at maglalaro for their teams. As Volante will lose the possession. Now on the run. Recovered here by Podador. Goes for that attack. Last second pass. A big shot by Hinogin. In and out still on the outside. Here's Palita. Spins, rejected by Fouts. And Hans, those are the players na pinag-uusapan natin kanina.
Yeah, those were the players that you need. You love the effort mula dito kay Bayani, getting that against two green shirts. Pero si Fox, binawi niya yung sarili niya. Sinupal si Bayani and they got this possession right back. We're not moving anywhere, folks.
Still scoreless ang magkaparehong team with 8 minutes 25. Goes for that shot. Triste. It's front iron and now a chance to run once again. Pasig, they will go for that attack. Hinogin attempting to replay what happened on that last quarter shot. A foul is called on that drive. Triste is down. And I believe he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, that was a very hard foul na nanggaling dito sa Pasig. Triste was full steam ahead. He had some, drop pass options, and Coach Paul de la Cruz did not like the way his player was fouled. So he was pleading to the officials na bakit hindi yun unsportsmanlike foul. And I think we're gonna review it once again para makita natin kung ano ba yung nangyayari. Even Kuya Philip is trying to point out the situation. Anong verdict mo dito, Kois?
Hindi ko nakita.
Wala siyang sinabi.
Magsabi, pero ito, we'll have another look at this one. Again, they are hoping for a unsportsmanlike foul. Coach Paul de la Cruz and San Jose Blue Hawks.
I think yung tinatawag nila ng unsportsmanlike foul is yung pagdaan ni Bayani sa ilalim.
Yeah.
So, usually in those cases, matik yun eh. Especially if you're flying, and I think lalo na pag merong contact. So it makes it more difficult for the player to take the layup kasi may ilang siya eh. Magkakaroon ng ilangan eh. Triste was full steam ahead, and Bayani wanted to catch him, but unfortunately he was at a bad place at a bad time too.
Kasi on that last play, at least from my angle dito, he was aiming for the ball. Yun nga lang, naiiwas ni Triste yung ball, but because of that, it looked like itong si Bayani trying to cut off underneath. And yun nga, to your point, most likely, yung mga ganong tawag, it is an unsportsmanlike foul, but again, we will wait for the referee's decision. As you see the action.
Yeah, this was the attack right here. Full steam ahead si Triste. And then, he was already off the ground. Itong si Triste when Bayani initiated to go for it. But at the same time, si Bayani din kasi, kasabay niyang tumakbo itong si Triste. So he wasn't able to slow down as fast as he would like. So again, it could go either way. One thing's for sure, a foul is gonna be called against Bayani. Pero hindi lang natin alam kung magiging upgraded ba to sa isang unsportsmanlike foul, or will it just be a common foul and 2 free throws will be given to Triste. But at the end of the day, yeah, that was just a very rough initiation galing dito kay Bayani to try and stop him. He had some good intentions to figure something out. It's just that he was caught at a bad place at the right time.
Oh, wrong place. Kumbaga, wrong place at the wrong time dun si Bayani. Again, for my interpretation, that was not a dirty play on him.
No,
he was aiming to steal the ball eh. Makikita natin on that replay, he was reaching in, naiiwas ni Triste, and dahil dun sa pag-iwas ni Triste, it looked like nag-cut off itong si Bayani, as we will have a different look as we continue to show the replay. That was the attack para kay Hinogin. And here's Triste. No, I was waiting for that Russell Bayani's wipe. Hindi binigay eh. Pero
na.
dahil may desisyon na ata ang ating mga referees.
Yan na yan. Good cut, Derek.
Again, in a high-stake game like this, tulad na nasabi mo, Hans, kanina, napakalaki nung 1-point advantage. Napakalaki kapag nagbigay ka ng free throws, ng fouls, ng unsportsmanlike fouls, and these players knows it, these coaches knows it. Kaya it's really a crucial call with 8 minutes, 9 to go.
Yeah, every foul call matters at this point of the game. Pasig, kanina, in the third quarter, they didn't even give a single team foul. That's how very well defended yung ginawa nila kontra sa San Jose. Because in spite of San Jose being able to take the lead, they were able to get it back by playing really good defense. Pero sa ngayon, sila ang may hawak ng 2 team fouls. San Jose, on the other hand, hasn't even given a single one. So, approaching 8 minutes in this game, it will be very difficult to lose Bayani, who's been the energizer of the team, not for the entirety of the fourth quarter, but just for the next 3 minutes, as Bayani is gonna be called for an unsportsmanlike foul.
Yeah, to your point.
And this is number 4 on Bayani, so one more, and he's gone.
Another player gone para dito sa Pasig. That would make yung player count nila na wala dito would be 3 if hindi mag-ingat itong si Bayani. And to your point kanina, Hans, yung ganong opportunity pag nag-cut off, it's automatic para sa ating mga referees to call that an unsportsmanlike foul. Triste will now be tested at the line. And these free throws, Hans, will matter as we are approaching the end game. Again, just a reminder to everyone as Tristan misses on the second. As you see on the screen, Coach Paul de la Cruz, yung game 1 natin, 79-78. This is a really closely contested series.
Yeah, I'm happy that you've mentioned yung free throws because again, it's a slight reflection of what has happened in the last game. Pasig has missed 7. San Jose has missed 5. So, looking at it, it's just a 2-point lead. And every point is eventually gonna matter. Pero sa ngayon, San Juan will be resuming this basketball game.
Nash Coritana has been the spark for San Jose on that third quarter. His Nash couldn't get that goal, will get this offensive rebound. Another opportunity.
Wow!
Another one para kay Nash. Sends it in the corner. Missing that 3 was Triste.
Those were 3 chances para sa San Jose to tie or even take the lead, but it did not happen. Great defense, standing ground is Pasig.
Pasig now will have the opportunity to increase the lead even more. Sends it out. Dito kay Potador. Jumper. Didn't go in. Now on the run. San Jose looking to tie this game once again. Triste. Fouls with a fake and the tie.
Fox coming up big with his extended minutes in this game. He doesn't usually get a lot dahil si Sacro ang parte ng lineup na ito, but he's here. He's showing up and he is providing a lot of trust na ibinibigay sa kanya ni Coach Paul.
Without Sacro, without Kalingasan, it's Fox taking advantage. Open shot. Itong si Arimado decides to drive. Extra pass. Shot won't fall. Offensive rebound this
Whoa.
time. That is a big one for San Jose.
Turnaround jumper para dito kay Volante, just coming up clutch, playing the center position as well.
Erases that shot after scoring, and from the offense to the defensive end. Volante has been showing up in the fourth.
This is a 5-0 answer ng San Jose, with Volante coming up big in both ends of the court. Just 17 seconds for Pasig to work with.
2-point lead for San Jose. Can Pasig tie the game or take the lead here? 6:40 to go. Ball was almost loose with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. They will give it to Malaga inside. Double team, triple team. Sends it
Potador.
out. Potador for 3. Too strong. Rebound secured here by Itano. They will send it out to Potador once again. Goes for the spin. Itano with 7 to work with. And a foul is called. Itano will be tested at the line.
Again, that's the thing, right? You play really good defense for the next 24 seconds. Pero yung pagkaratel nila nag-show during that extra jump, and that was the window na kinailangan ng Pasig to get these free throws to happen. Great patience mula kay Chief Intalo to nasakyan yung pagtalo na ginawa na yon. Because in spite of you playing defense, good defense for the first 23 seconds, it will not do anything if you foul in the next play.
Itano secures the first free throw. That's the only, or that's the first team foul, I should say, para dito sa San Jose. In this fourth quarter, Pasig has 2 team fouls. Let's see if Itano can tie this game. Yes, he does. Knotted at 62 once again. Now a full court pressure para dito sa Pasig. Or maybe a man-to-man on that last play. Tabla tayo at 62. Here's Triste. Now this is a big 3.
Wow!
Good!
Oh, wow! That brought the house down for San Jose. Triste providing some life para sa San Jose. They're up by 3.
Pasig will now be having a chance to respond. Potador will look to answer. That is off to the left. And for San Jose, there is an opportunity for them to get that momentum as we see this big 3 by Triste.
What a shot mula kay Triste. He's had a lot of those in this game, pero pangalawang tres niya pa lang, but we only count the ones that matter, right? And those threes have put them up by 3, and then
Volante couldn't get. Here's Fox for that offensive rebound. Another opportunity for them. Makakakuha ng makakuha ng isa pang pagkakataon, but that was a turn away.
oh,
Referees will call another unspo. Is it on Volante though?
no, I think it's with Triste.
Ooh.
And with that, this might just be the second unsportsmanlike foul on Triste. I'm not sure if that's the... Oh yeah, Triste's gone. Triste is done. He already committed first, and he committed his first unsportsmanlike foul kanina when he used the elbow, yung low-key na elbow.
Ah, yeah.
So, dahil doon, he committed his first, and then afterwards, this trying to put a stop to the play. This was the exact same thing na ginawa ni Cruz in that first quarter. And again, he should have learned from that. Coach Paul De La Cruz was saying, he was pointing to his head. And that's just unfortunate for someone like Triste to come up short nearing the end of this game.
Again, hitting that big 3 to give them a 3-point lead. Itong si Triste, and now called for his second unsportsmanlike foul. That's the night for him. 2 players now out for San Jose. Looking to punish them ay itong si Intano. Again, with Triste out, it's for Volante and Baliena to take over the scoring on the wings.
Wow.
Intano securing both.
Intano's been amazing. Late in this game, we saw a lot more guards come up in his place, pero pag pandiinan na yung laban, this is where he comes up big, and now they're just down by one. Not
A
again.
victory. That is off the mark. Offensive rebound was on the hands of Pasig, and a fight for that ball. And dito pa lang, Hans, sa possession na yan, that goes to show that both teams not wanting to give up that ball easily. Yung laban dito as we are nearing the halfway point mark of the fourth. Really getting intense.
Possession arrow is still pointing to Pasig this time, so they will be retaining possession.
Botador will start off the play with 8 seconds to go. Ibigay kay Ilano. Will go for that attack. Spins, drives, no good. 24-second shot clock violation. Balik sa San Jose ang bola.
That will not count. The shot clock has expired, so the ball will be staying with San Jose. That's a good 24-second defensive possession para sa kanila. They will be keeping a 1-point lead as they go to the other side.
65-64, 4 minutes 45 remaining. San Jose looking to make a run, and look who made that stop, Hans. It was Itano. This time, his effort on defense.
My gosh! Intano, sunod-sunod na magagandang kontribusyon dito sa laban na to after making 4 straight free throws. He provided the extra spark to just put a stop to a potential pointer na gagawin nila sa ngayon. So, Intano's just been amazing over the last 3 minutes.
Sabi ko nga, pag pangdiinan na, Coach Jay Cruz relies on Intano. Hinogin at a wonderful third quarter. Botador. They will reset the offense. Another shot clock violation. So that's the second time hindi nakakuha ng opportunity itong Pasig. Yung kanina was off for that drive. This latest one, they wasn't able, or they were able to see the clock perfectly.
Yeah, this was on Jevi Hinogin, and he's gonna be getting back to the bench. Pangalawang beses na yun na namintis nila, and that's quite unfortunate. Pero for San Jose, it's the complete opposite.
65-64, here's Fawkes. Door was shot. Arimado goes for that drive. 8 seconds to go. A big three on the way. That is too strong. Ball will remain to San Jose. That was a clean look para dito kay Volante on that last one. Just couldn't convert.
You know, this is where the clutch guys are gonna come up big. This is where Volante is gonna be expected the most to hold a lot of those touches para makakuha ng puntos. And here he goes.
Here's Volante. Josh up, under, shoot, no good. Moctemar has been quiet in this game. He has the possession, double teamed in the corner. Nice pass by Itano. Creates that one. Alforque busts the foul.
What a shot mula kay Alforque. Patient basketball played again. He saw someone closing in on him. Na late sa rotation, uses the fake, takes the shot, and that is your pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play of the quarter. Just some really intelligent plays ang ginagawa ni Alforque to put Pasig up by 1. Missing on that free throw, but a lead's a lead nevertheless.
Ito na naman tayo, Hans. Another close game in our hands. 66-65. Woo! Are we seeing deja vu? You tell me. 65-66. 3:40 to go. A big shot from the corner. Off the mark. Rebound secured here by Malaga. Itano. Nice three-man passing. And one. That play by Pasig is a very solid play.
That's a drill play. That's something you do in practice, and folks, yan ang rason kung bakit kayo nagtitraining. Those 3-man weave plays have been perfect para sa Pasig. Botador to be the ender of it, and just easily toning it down, putting it at the basket, and he also is at double figures, putting Pasig up by 3 points.
68-65. Potador will complete that 3-point play. With 3:28 to go, San Jose will have the possession. They are down by 4. Timeout is called on the floor, pero bago tayo umalis sa ere, look at this. Sabi mo nga, practice lang, parang practice. That 3-man weave ended with Potador completing that end one, and it's brought to us by Domo Domo, Slurp, Enjoy, and Smile. Three minutes 28. Game number 2 in the South Division Finals. The defending champions Pasig looking to make back-to-back trips. San Jose, marami pang oras dito, Hans. They're looking to make one more run. Let's see what will happen in the remaining time. Attack didn't go in. Here's Fauks with that rebound. And I believe Moctimar will be called for that foul.
That's already penalty situation. Both of the teams are already in penalties, so they'll be shooting free throws from here on out. Fox has been a savior for this team so far, but in terms of shooting those free throws, this might be a part of his game where he struggles.
Missing on the first, and we circle back to the story of free throws as both teams are in the penalty. Every point will matter.
Misses on both.
Sorry miss para kay Folks. 6'9", 6'5", 3:08 remaining. Itano breaks the defense, and this time siya naman ang susubok sa free throw area. He has been playing well in this fourth quarter, Hans. Hitting those free throws, making those extra passes, making those defensive stops. It's time for him. All eyes are on Itano.
Again, kung ikaw dito ang magbabase kung sino ang player of the game, it's so hard to choose. From the first quarter, Terdy Malaga comes up big. In the start ng second half, Jevi Hinogin, Russell Bayani. Unfortunately, I believe, if I recall, Bayani is no longer part of this game. But on the other hand, ito namang si Intano ang parte ng run na meron ang kupunan ng Pasig.
5-point lead. Pasig on a tight 5-point advantage and a stop on the other side. Nash Coritana has been playing well until that last play.
Yeah, the nerves are starting to get to this team already. Again, kaya pinapaalala ng coaching staff na huwag kayong tumingin sa score. Play the way that you used to, but less than 3 minutes to go. For these players, medyo mahirap na gawin yun.
Itano has the ball with 2 minutes 40 remaining. With 9 seconds on the shot clock. Look at him dance. Malaga, offensive rebound. Again, I will do the flexing for him. What a putback by Malaga.
Just too big, too strong, and a two-pointer. Up by 7 ang Pasig.
72-65. Volante was not able to recover that ball. A big three by Arimado. Wouldn't get that basket to go. As we are approaching the last 2 minutes, Coritana with this blitz of a defense. Ball is loose. Still fighting for the possession. Referees finally putting a stop on that play, Hans, as we are approaching the last 2 minutes.
Oh, this makes it so difficult. I think there was a lane violation na tinawag ang ating mga referees. Bolante, Arimado, they were pleading to our referees na they wanted a foul call, but that's not happening today. Instead, Pasig will be retaining possession in a 7-point lead.
7-point lead as we are just a second away. Last 2 minutes, game number 2, South Division Finals. Pasig, Apasi, Timothies looking strong as they look to make back-to-back trips. Pero bago tayo pumasok sa ating last 2 minutes, we will call for a timeout. What a game, what action. 30 Malaga feasting down low. Just sabi ko nga, too big, too strong, all smiles for 30. And that is brought to us by Domo Domo Slurp. Enjoy and smile. A minute 49. Eye in the sky play para sa San Jose, looking to score quick. A miss, a rebound by Podador.
A sorry miss mula kay Arimado. Just too much pressure for the Blue Hawks. And it's just raining. Down goes the pointer ng Pasig.
Alforque has made that big basket, making that block. Itong si Alforque. Pero may foul na itatawa with a minute 24. Hans, I would like to take us back to that shot by Muktimar. He has been quiet all game.
Oh, yeah.
Hitting the biggest shot of this game so far. Tulad ng sinabi mo, pinagpag yung depensa. cold-blooded 3. Alforque with an answer as well.
Again, this is what I was telling you about Baron. Kahit natahimik yung iba sa mga members nitong Pasig, they're still really good players. And this is what I was pointing to you about for San Jose. The challenge is kailangan mas maraming mag-contribute. And so far, we've only seen 3 players put up double figures. Triste, who's now out of this game, Balieno, and of course, Sibulante. And Fox was able to contribute a single point, but will they have enough time to catch up to this?
We have seen miracles happen on a basketball court. For San Jose, they're hoping for one. They will get a stop. Easy as 2 points para dito kay Arimado. Cutting the lead here to 9. A 3-possession ball game.
Arimado has 11.
A minute 7 remaining. One big basket by Pasig.
And that is the dagger of this game.
Botador just shut the door for this San Jose squad as they lose this series. Pasig, Hans defending champions, will have another shot of defending their crown. What an impressive showing by Pasig in this game.
It is not about how you start in spite of Pasig coming up strong. It will always be how you finish. The Pasig Apasi Timothies are heading right back into the Junior MPBL D-League Finals. A chance to defend their crown against the Northern
Division
competitors.
Oo, either Abra or Caloocan will be fighting for that slot. Final score 82-68 Pasig. Apasi Timothies are back in the national finals. Again, tulad ng sabi mo, a lot of heroes has been or has played well for Pasig. Ang daming naglaro sa kanila for every quarter na napanood natin, Hans. We have talked about different players.
Again, this was just, hindi siya nagre-reflect sa final score, ladies and gentlemen. You may be looking at a 14-point lead, but that is just because of a lot of players from Pasig coming up clutch. Nurben Moctimar scoring the last 5 points. Arlie Podador with a couple of end ones to finish it off in this game. And we have to even talk about Intano, who when 30 Malaga can't seem to find the ball in his hands. It was Intano providing some spark for this team para makadating si Moctimar, para makabawi. And, even Cruz, Bayani, players like those were gone at the first half of this game. And in spite of that, nakuha pa rin nila ang kumpiyansa ng isa't isa. It's just a really good team effort from this team. Definitely deserving to make their way back into the finals, but you cannot discount the fact that San Jose played one hell of a game. It's just that Pasig,
They're just too much for them to handle, at least in this game. Grabe yung performance, and to report ni Queen kanina yung pressure na naramdaman nung Pasig on that game 1. To your point din na this Pasig team rarely lose, and to have that scare na muntika na sila nung game number 1, they made the necessary adjustments in this game number 2, and now they are back to defending their crown as they will wait for the winner sa ating North Division matchup.
yeah, honestly, this was just such a crazy game. You're looking at the Hustle Club Defensive Player of the Game.
30 Malaga has 9 rebounds and 1 assist. Again, close to a double-double for him. At para dito sa ating Don Benito assist man, it's Jevi Hinogin with 4 assists. All-around effort for this Pasig squad, again making their trip back to the finals. And again, this is a statement win for the guys in the North. Inaabangan kayo ng defending champions. They can, finish their game off to a close one. Dikit na laban. medyo may distansya, no problem for Pasig as they will rely, I believe, hands on their depth as we are now going to prepare our awarding ceremonies. And again, what a game. That is one heck of a game we have witnessed.
Oh yeah, for sure. This has been such an amazing game na kanilang ipinakita from start to finish. Everybody was contributing. There were a total of how many players scoring for this team? Let me just count for your sake. There were a total of 11 players scoring for them. That is how deep this, roster of Pasig is. Na kahit medyo manlamig yung starting five sa una, there was still 30 Malaga coming up big, coming off the bench. What a luxury for Coach J. Cruz to have someone like that at your bench coming off with fresh legs para maibalik ang kumpiyansa ng Pasig to kick things off. And in the end of it all, noong medyo nanlalamig na rin, kahit itong si 30 Malaga, Jevy Hinogin, Russell Bayani was sitting because of an unsportsmanlike foul. You have players like Jeeth Intano who came up big, shooting every single free throw, making the most of his opportunity on the floor. And that is exactly what you should be expecting from the defending champions as they make their way back into the Junior MPBL Finals.
Again, would like to, of course, give a special shout out kay Ben Mortemar, who's, again, having a quiet game, pero when they needed it the most, hitting that big of a three to send it to double digits, nakakuha ng open lane for that drive. And to your point, 11 players tallying a point para dito sa Pasig. Hindi na natin napansin, may mga players pa silang nawala from the first quarter, second quarter. And to your point, sila Bayani, Lorien, at saka itong si Cruz. Those three players were out for this Pasig squad. Pero 11 pa rin ang nakapunto sa kanila. As we will now turn it over to Queen Barcarce to proceed the crowning of our South Division champions.
What a way to end the night, ladies and gentlemen. Our Junior Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball D-League South Division champions. Congratulations, Pasig Apasi Timothies. To present the award, we have our Commissioner, Mr. Keith Picazo. And leading his team, making this win possible. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for our most valuable player. To present the award, we have Mr. Jay Navarro. And, of course, our MVP. Congratulations, Norben Moctivar. Congratulations, our MVP. Yes, Norben, tara, dun tayo. Samahan natin yung team mo, di ba? Norben, paano naging posible itong championship na to para sa South Division ngayong Season 2?
Para sa akin, walang imposible kung sa Panginoon. Tiwala lang talaga. Yun.
And, Coach, punta naman tayo sa'yo, Coach. Coach, you've been talking about how you remind your players how they're always dispensable, di ba? Pero kanina, ang daming nawala mula sa team mo. Again, alam natin it was a big adjustment. So, how did you do this? How was this championship possible?
Pinili lang talaga namin yung pinaka nagdo-dominate ng game. Again, no one is indispensable in this team. Kaya dapat ibigay lagi nila yung best nila. At syempre, malaking tulong nung dumating si Colonel Estrella, minamotivate niya yung mga players.
Norben, gaano ka naman kasi ngayon? Champion na, MVP ka pa, Norben.
Wala, para sa akin, sobra-sobra. Masaya ako kasi masaya din yung teammates ko. Lahat kayo masaya kasi champion. Yun naman yung importante para sa akin, yung champion.
Eto, kung meron ka naman gustong pasalamatan, batiin, now is your time.
First of all po, alhamdulillah, nagpapasalamat ako sila coach and sa sponsor po namin and sila teammate ko, di ko na kayo may isa-isa. Mahal ko kayo lahat. At sa mga tao na nandito, maraming salamat sa pagsuporta at sa family ko po. Yun lang po.
Congratulations, Norben! Siyempre, pakita naman natin yung mga champions, ang Pasig, Apasi, Timothies! And of course, siyempre, nabanggit mo na rin, Coach, pinalakas kayo ni Colonel Estrella. Colonel Estrella, yung tanong ko naman sa'yo, gaano ka ka-proud champion yung grupo mo, Colonel?
Well, very proud. And of course, itong game na to, it was a very nice game. Ang ganda ng yung emosyon and of course, yung competitiveness ng lahat ng players. Very good. At happy ako sa team kasi yung team, ang guidance ko lang sa kanila, yung sportsmanship, yun dapat lang laging panatiliin natin para mapanatili natin magandang reputasyon ng MPBL. And of course, salamat din sa management and etc. Happy kami lahat. To God be all the glory. Thank you.
Colonel, at alam namin, this doesn't end here. Meron pang tatapatan itong Team Pasig Apasi Timothies. Makikita ka pa ba namin uli dito, Colonel?
Yes, actually, yun yung mindset namin. Nakaprepare na kami para doon sa susunod na laban. And matalo manalo, ang importante, yung love for each other, saka yung spirit of competitiveness, lagi nandun. Thank you.
The junior MPBL family is so proud and so happy that you are here, Colonel. And again, ladies and gentlemen, our junior MPBL D-League South Division champions, Pasig Apasi Timothies.
Again, congratulations once again, Pasig Apasi Timothies, our South Division champions. Hans, alam kong excited sila or malaman kung sino ang kanilang makakalaban on the north side of things.
You know, gaya nga na sinabi ni Quinn kanina, the job is not yet finished. The game is not yet over. But at least they have some time to breathe, to smile. They have a time to, process this, that they are going back to the national finals. And what a run mula kay Coach Jay Cruz, having lots of, replacements, having lots of players going away because they're already overage for the 2100 division. Pero yung mga pagdating na mga bagong manlalaro nila have really delivered for this team, as they are the ones who are not only coming up next, they're the players of the now. They have proven that they have what it takes to be at the top of their game, and they are South Division champions.
Again, maraming salamat po for watching our Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League Season 2 sa lahat ng bumubuo, men and women behind Junior MPBL. Sa aking partner, Hans Galeria, Queen Barcarce. Maraming salamat po. Baron Mercado saying thank you and good night. See you on the North Division Finals dito sa Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League Season 2.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Yeah, gabayad pag-asa ng bayan. Landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. PBL para